India is embarking on its most ambitious military reform in decades, a full reconfiguration of its higher defense command. The goal? To replace the current 17 single-service commands with a more agile and efficient system of integrated theater commands. This transformation aims to unify the operations of the Army, Navy, and Air Force under single, mission-specific commands to enhance operational synergy and quicken response time to threats. The need for reform isn't new, but recent events have turned it into an urgent priority. Armed clashes in eastern Ladakh in 2020 between Indian and Chinese forces disrupted the fragile Himalayan frontier. More recently, tensions spiked again following a terror attack in Pahalgam on April the 22nd, where a Pakistan-based terrorist group killed 26 Indian tourists. This incident led to skirmishes between Indian and Pakistani forces and mass redeployment of Indian troops to Jammu and Kashmir. These security crises have accelerated India's push to modernize its military doctrine and structure. Integrated Theater Commands, ITCs, are unified military units that combine the Army, Navy, and Air Force under one command structure based on geography or mission. Instead of each service working in silos, ITCs ensure coordinated defense and offense in specific regions. India is planning 4 to 6 such commands, including Northern Theater Command, Army-led, focused on the China border; Western Theater Command, Air Force-led, focused on Pakistan; Maritime Theater Command, Navy-led, securing India's 7,500-kilometer coastline and 12,500 kilometers of island territories; Strategic Forces Command, manages India's nuclear arsenal; Cyber Command, to oversee digital warfare and network security. Among all branches, the Indian Navy is poised for the biggest expansion. Currently 83,000 personnel strong, the Navy is set to grow into a maritime theater force of up to 5 lakh troops. Some admirals had even suggested splitting it into 2 separate maritime commands for the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. However, this idea was dropped over concerns it would lead to other services demanding multiple commands too, escalating costs and complexity. Not every service stands to gain equally from this transition. The Indian Army, currently the largest with 13 lakh personnel, may see a partial reduction in budget and control, particularly over peninsular India, which will likely come under Navy jurisdiction. Despite these changes, the Army remains crucial to India's defense, especially along the northern and northeastern borders where tensions with China persist. The Air Force, long a proponent of centralized control, will likely command the Western Theater. This aligns with their doctrine of integrated air power. For decades, critics, including within Pakistan's military, have accused India of focusing too much on the Western Front. Until 2007, India stationed around 3,75,000 troops across 25 divisions on the Pakistan border, compared to just 1,65,000 troops on the China-facing side. Even with post-2007 changes, including new divisions in the Eastern Command, only 30% of India's combat strength faced China, while 70% remained focused on Pakistan. This misalignment contradicted India's own assertion that China was its primary threat. The need for a unified command structure has been recommended repeatedly over the years, from the Kargil Review Committee in 1999 to the Shakatkar Committee in 2016. These panels all emphasize the creation of a tri-service chief and more cohesive defense management. Finally, in 2019, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced the appointment of a Chief of Defense Staff, CDS, a 4-star general responsible for leading military reforms and heading a new Department of Military Affairs, DMA, within the Ministry of Defense. The CDS is meant to be a powerful coordinating authority, bridging the communication and policy gaps between civilian leadership and the military services. Despite this structural groundwork, the 3 services have been slow to embrace jointness. Many officers remain protective of their own turf. But the message from the top is clear. This is not a theoretical debate. Integrated theater commands are now national policy. India's future military readiness depends on implementing this vision, not just in plans and proposals, but in operational reality. The shift to integrated theater commands isn't just a bureaucratic shuffle. It's about building a modern military force that can respond quickly, coordinate seamlessly, and deter threats effectively in a complex and rapidly evolving security environment. As India stands at the crossroads of military reform, the decisions taken today will define how the country handles conflict tomorrow.